स्वरूपिणे दारु ब्रह्मस्वरूपेयं चतुर्धा मूर्तये नमः। दिव्याद्वृन्दरन्यकल्पद्रुमाधश्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेभ्यो पृष्ठालीभिः सेव्यमानं स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भिः वंशिवटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुशनैः गोपी गोपीनाथस्य अस्तु नः। मदेकबन्धुमत्सङ्गीन् मद्गुरो मन्महाधना मन्निस्तारकमद्भाग्यमदानन्दनमस्तु ते। असाधु साधुतादायिन् अतिनीचतारक हानमञ्च कदाचिन्मां प्रेम्णारित्कण्ठय स्फुर। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 14, The Disappearance of Lord Krishna. Text number 11, right? 11. Oh, I didn't know this. You didn't tell me. Okay, 1 to 21 and focus on 11. Bah, why you are doing this? Huh? So what I have to do? Okay. Okay. So 21 verses has to be completed in 1 hour, right? So this is the directive we just received right now. Okay, then who want to start? No, whatever you say. I don't want to break your system. No, whatever you have, no, because you are used to certain type of, practice. So, okay. So, Suta uvacha samprasthiti dvarakayam Jishno bandhu didrikshaya Jnatum cha punyaslokasya Prashnasya cha vicheshtitam Vyatitaha katichinmasa Stada naya tatarjunoha Dadarsha ghora rupani Nimittani kurudvaha Kalasya chagatim raudram Viparyastar tu dharmina Papyasim nrinam vartam Krodho lobha nitatmanam Jimha prayam vyavahritam Sathya mishram cha sauhridam Pitrimatri suidhratri Dampatinam chakalkanam. Maybe you read or you read only translation? Oh, you read only translation? So first rule I transgressed. Okay, so let us read the translation. I will read the first one, then you read second, like this continue, okay? Translation to text number 1. Sri Sutta Goswami said, Arjuna went to Dwaraka to see Lord Krishna and other friends, and also to learn from the Lord his next activities. Continue? Yeah. Yeah.
A few months passed and Arjuna did not return. Maharaj Yudhishthira then began to observe some inauspicious omens which were fearful in themselves.
Next.
He saw that the direction of the thunder climate changed, and this was very fearful. There were disruptions in the seasonal regulatory. The people in general had become very greedy, angry, and resentful. And he saw that they were adopting own rules of livelihood.
All ordinary transactions and dealings became polluted and cheated, even between friends, and in familial affairs. There was always misunderstanding between fathers, mothers, and sons, between well-wishers and between brothers. Even between husband and wife, there was always great inequality.
In course of time, it came to pass that people in general became accustomed to greed, anger, pride, etc. Maharaj Yudhishthira, observing all these omens, spoke to his younger brother.
Maharaj Yudhishthira said to his younger brother, he said, I sent Arjuna to Dwarka to meet his friends and to learn from the personality of God and Krishna of his program of work. Since he departed, 7 months have passed, yet he has not returned. I do not know factually how things are going there.
Is he going to quit his earthly pastime? If Dev Rishinara indicated, as Dev Rishinara indicated, has that time already arrived?
From him only, all our kingly opulence, good wives, lives, progeny, control over our subjects, victory over our enemies, and future accommodations in higher planets have become possible. All which is due to this God's responsibility upon us.
Okay, I think there's a lot of information is here. Let us not go further. So we'll discuss few verses. So we are in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We heard in the third canto, in the third chapter, there was a question asked, and in that question, the Sutta Goswami, who is representing the sages of Naimisharanya, he wanted to know about Maharaj Parikshit. So a question can be asked that the sages in Naimisharanya had assembled to perform 1,000 years prolonged sacrifice to eradicate the ill influence of the age of Kali. And why all on a sudden they took interest to know about the life of Maharaj Parikshit? It's a genuine question, right? Because actually they wanted to hear about the past and the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have seen in the subsequent chapter, they will say that we have been engaged in performing such a prolonged sacrifice, and the result so far we have attained is our body has become black because of the smoke coming from the sacrifice. So that means they are saying, actually we have started this sacrifice with a desire to hear about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So please, Sutta Goswami, they are asking these messages in Naimisharanya, they are asking to Sutta Goswami, please narrate about the pastimes of the Lord. So in that way, a section came when Sutta Goswami, he narrated how Mrihi jada kaurava sanjayanam vireshwatha viragatim gatesu vikudarat buddhagada vimarsam bhagnoru dande dhutarashtra putra. So he was explaining about what the end of the Kurukshetra battle, what happened. And then after that, this section continued about this Parikshit Maharaj Yudhishthir. He became the king of Hastinapur. So that katha went in a different direction. Even though he wanted to know about Maharaj Parikshit, because when Sutta Goswami, he was describing that when Krishna was about to leave to Dwaraka, right, from Hastinapur after the Kurukshetra battle, at that time, Uttara keeps running towards Krishna, saying, Pahi Pahi Mahajogin Deva Deva Jagatpate. So she sought protection at Krishna's lotus feet. So in that way, what happened? And this Sutta Goswami, he went on describing that section. Then continues how Parikshit Maharaj was saved in the Umbha Uttara by Krishna's mercy, and then prayers of Queen Kunti, then went to Bhishma Stuti. After that, after Bhishma left his body, then how Maharaj Parikshit, he became the king of Hastinapur. Right? And then after Maharaj Parikshit, after Maharaj Yudhishthir, he became the king of Hastinapur. Then one day it so happened, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he had a duty. Every day he had a regular schedule. What he would do? When he first woke up early in the morning, as soon as he performs his morning routines, then he will go to meet Dhritarashtra. Because Dhritarashtra was still present, and before he starts his responsibility as a king, he would first go and take blessing from Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Then he would go to the court. So this day, when Yudhishthir Maharaj, he went to take blessing from Dhritarashtra, he found that Dhritarashtra is missing. And Sanjay is there. Then he asked, Sanjay, what happened? My uncle is no more at home. Do you know what happened to him? Then Sanjay said, yes, I know, our uncle, this Vidura, he came and both of them, they were talking for a long time. And then this morning I woke up, I also didn't find them. Both of them are missing. Neither Gandhari is also there. Yudhishthira Maharaj became very much concerned. He said, oh, what happened? Where did he go? He's an old man. And now Vidura is also not there. So he was very much concerned, and he wanted to go and find out where is Dhritarashtra Maharaj. While he was concerned, at that time, Narad Muni arrived. Narad Muni said, what happened to Yudhishthira? Why are you so concerned? You are worried, looks like. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj said, yes, I have to go and search for my uncle and auntie. Where are they? I do not know. Then Narad Muni said, you don't worry. They have attained a very good destination. He said, no, I have to go. Where are they now? Can you tell me? He said, no, they have gone long way to the forest. And Vidura had instructed Dhritarashtra how to practice yoga, and then he's about to give up his body now. Now he is sitting in full concentration. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no, still I should go and rescue him. He said, no, by the time you reach there, he will always leave his body. Then he said, no, then I should go and rescue my auntie. He said, no. Auntie also will not be there. She will enter into the funeral pyre and she will also leave her body. By the time you reach there, you will not find anyone. So should I go and get my Vidura? He said, no. When Vidura will see that Dhritarashtra has attained his destination, he will quietly leave that place and he will go on traveling to different holy places of pilgrimage. So you don't have to go you don't have to go to them, to meet them. So in that way, after Dhritarashtra left his body, then the next section is coming. What is the section? Bhakti Krishna Kathodayam. He was saying that I will never, chapter 4, Maharaj Yudhishthir, he is thinking, Narad Muni actually had told him that you should wait for the next plan of Krishna. So few months passed by, and then one day Maharaj Yudhishthir, he told Arjuna. What he said? Samprasthite dvarakayam Vishnu bandhu didrikshaya jnatum cha punyaslokasya krishnasya cha vichestitam. Here Sutta Goswami, he is narrating the pastime that since Narad Muni had instructed Yudhishthir that you must wait to see what is the next plan of Krishna. So now Yudhishthir Maharaj has sent Arjuna to find out from Krishna what is his next plan of action. What happened? He has become king now. So what is next? And samprasthite dvarakayam. Arjuna, Krishna actually he went to Dwaraka. Then after that he sent Vishnu bandhu didrikshaya. Not only that he wanted to find out what is Krishna's next plan, but he also wanted to find out how our friends in Dwaraka they are doing. All the Yadavas, how are they doing? And jnatum cha punyaslokasya krishnasya cha vichestitam. So what Krishna actually want to do, what is the next activities he will undertake. So in that way, vyatita katichin masas tada naya tat arjunaha. So katichin masa, if you see that katichin masa, how many months passed by? 7 months, right? You saw that, right? In text number 7. Gata saptadhuna masa bhimasena tavarnuja. So Arjuna, he had left. And how many months passed by? 7 months. And there is no news. There is no message. What happened? So when Arjuna did not come back for 7 months, Yudhishthira Maharaj was very much concerned. Why he became concerned? Because Dadarsa Ghora Rupani Nimittani Kurudvaha. So Kurudvaha means Maharaj Yudhishthira, who was directing the Kuru dynasty, and he had the responsibility. When Arjuna didn't come, neither he get any message, he became concerned because Dadarsa Ghora Rupani. Ghora Rupani. Yudhishthira Maharaj could see some inauspicious omens. So he was thinking, definitely, since Arjuna did not come back, definitely there must be some misfortune. Or maybe some misfortune going to come in our life. So that's why he became very concerned. What did he experience? Kalasya cha gatim raudram viparyasta ritudharmina. Ritudharma. Ritudharma means in this country you don't experience 6 seasons, right? How many seasons you experience? 2 or 3? 3. What? Summer, winter? Fall, spring, okay. So, now actually we can experience this. See, Bhagavatam we are studying to understand what is happening in the world. Not that Bhagavatam is some subject which is beyond our understanding and there is no relation with the current happenings in the world. Bhagavatam is very, very connected very, very nicely connected with the current world situation. At that time, Maharaj Yudhishthir, he experienced this ill omen. What is that? Viparjasta Ritu Dharmina. Ritu Dharma was in a very precarious condition. What is that? Just like now you are experiencing. It is summer, actually not supposed to be so strong summer now, right? But you are experiencing excessive heat. Before I came here, I was in Europe actually. I was in Germany. And one day the message came that the street light, the signal is melting. And the tar on the road is boiling and coming out. It is so heat, so excessive heat, so much heat is there. So this is the kind of, we can say, the viparjasta ritu dharmina. This is how the, summer is becoming more prominent when it is not supposed to be prominent. Or when you're supposed to have good winter, maybe winter is not there, right? So this is what is the signal of this? Kalasya cha gating raudram. This is giving an indication, a hint that time is changed. That means some fearful situation has to be faced by the people of this world. And papyasim nidam bhartam. At that time, even though Maharaj Yudhishthir was ruling according to the dharma, still people had become very much engaged in sinful activities. Bharta means occupation. They were taking more interest in sinful occupation. What is sinful occupation? Meat eating, gambling, intoxication, all these things are sinful activities, right? And you can see in the whole world today, this is what has become the prime activities of the so-called human civilization. They are not actually civilized people, this is the activity of the uncivilized people, right? So, papyasim nrinam bhartam krodho lobha nritatmanam. And people have become, they are very greedy, angry and deceitful. You see, in a little conflict, people start fighting with each other. Not only verbal fight, sometimes they come out with very deadly weapons. Even they don't hesitate to kill each other, even in the road, public place, right? So this is what the current situation is. That means this is the sign of great misfortune which is going to befall upon us. And what more? Jimha prayam vyavahritam sathya mishram chasau hridam. So here it is said that people have adopted the profession of cheating. All ordinary transactions and dealings become polluted with cheating. Even between friends, there is no need to explain much on this, right? These are explanations of the current situation. And in familial affairs, there was always misunderstanding between fathers, mothers, and sons. Is it happening? Not happening. Right? Between well-wishers and between brothers, even between husband and wife, there was always strain and quarrel. Those who say that Bhagavatam is like, old days scripture, they should read this, they will know that Bhagavatam is still talking about us. Now the Bhagavatam is a scripture which was studied by some saints on those days, and nowadays it's a Kali Yuga. Well, we are modern people, we have AI, computer, so many advanced technology we have with us, and these are all bygone ages literature. No, you see, Maharaj Yudhishthir, he is talking that when such kind of ill omen are seen in the world, this is a hint that a Krishna is going to leave the world, or Krishna has already left the world. That is what Yudhishthira Maharaj is now concerned, that is Krishna still there? How come I can see the influence of age of Kali so much if Krishna is there? So he is calculating in his mind. So if we parallelly make a study of our life in this world today, what is happening? You go to Vrindavan, you go to Puri, all these holy places, you will find there are some sadhus, saintly personalities, who are not at all disturbed. What to speak of people who are living there? Just our concrete example is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada, he left India because he was on an emergency duty. I say Prabhupada was on an emergency duty. And who appointed him? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jari dharma chhadi papi durodeshe jai, Mora Senapati Bhakta jaive tathai. The Senapati Bhakta will go to rescue these people who are engaged in sinful activities. So Prabhupada came, and where did he go? He went to New York. And at that time, New York was the how? You know this, I don't have to speak much about that. But very interesting thing is, you see, when Prabhupada was in the heart of Kali, where Kali was in full swing, Prabhupada was never distracted, never disturbed. Maybe you know where Prabhupada was staying. One or two pastimes we can discuss from Prabhupada's pastime. Prabhupada, when he was staying in New York, first he was staying with one of his friends, Dr. Mishra, who was a atheist, Mayavadi actually. He had a yoga school, and many students used to come and learn yoga under him. Because Prabhupada was staying with him, so sometimes Prabhupada would go and talk to these yoga students. And what Prabhupada will speak? He will speak about Krishna. He spoke Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Bhakti. But Dr. Mishra, he did not like Prabhupada speaking to the students about Krishna consciousness. And he became very heavy on Prabhupada. And Prabhupada also didn't give up his stand. He also became very heavy with Dr. Mishra. And so it came to a point when Prabhupada had to leave that place. And when Prabhupada was staying with one boy who was actually a drug addict. And this boy, apparently speaking, when Prabhupada came to stay with him, he was kind of, okay. But he was still taking drugs, and he was actually, somehow or other leading a balanced life. So one evening, what happened, this boy, he entered into the room totally, imbalanced. And when he entered, Prabhupada could see now he has lost his control. He can do anything. And he grabbed a knife. And Prabhupada could see. Prabhupada had to run out of the place. Now he is standing in the street alone. He doesn't have a house to stay. He doesn't know anyone. He doesn't have many friends by then. And his belongings are in home, in that room where he was staying with that boy. Now he's on the street. And then he called one of his, the boy who was a little bit close to Prabhupada. Then he came and he said, "Oh, I'm coming, Prabhupada." And then he came, he arranged Prabhupada to stay with his friend. Another time, Prabhupada was staying in the room around midnight. Somebody started knocking at the door. Prabhupada was thinking, what is this? Midnight, who is, knocking at the door? There is somebody, somebody looks like asking who is inside. He said, "Yes, Bhaktivedanta Swami, what do you want?" Then Prabhupada went and opened the door. He found a girl was fully drunk. And she was also out of control. You can imagine what kind of situation Prabhupada had to face in the early days when he started this organization. Not that you go to Vrindavan today, only saints are, calm, happy and peaceful. Those who are real messenger of God, those who are pure devotee of the Lord, Swargapa Varga Narakeshu Apitulyartha Darshina. For them, whether they live in heaven or even in hellish planet, they are not disturbed because their consciousness is fully fixed on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what we are trying to tell is, by giving this narration from Prabhupada's pastime, life, what we are trying to tell is that anybody can become a pure devotee. Prabhupada's case is different. Prabhupada is pure devotee from the beginning and he is just sent messenger of God, but he has adopted the path given to us by Rupa Goswami. And the path is, anyone who accepts the instructions given by Srila Rupa Goswami, he can become a pure devotee. You just need to undertake the certain practices what have been given to us by Rupa Goswami, and then you can also become pure devotee. When you become pure devotee, you don't have to worry about anything. So this is what is happening. What is happening? When Krishna is not with us, that is the time we have to go through this trouble. Maybe our friends will, find fault with us. Maybe there will be fight in the family. Son, father, mother, father, even husband and wife, it is said. When it happens? When we lead a life minus Krishna. So that is how you can imagine how important it is for us that we have come. Most of you are students, you have come here studying, maybe some of you are working. That is good. We are not against people going abroad or studying, doing jobs, starting their own business. We are not against all these things. What we are trying to say, our point is, you have to lead your life, right? Without you earning money, who is going to feed your family, first of all? So you have to feed your family. Or those who have not set up your family, you are going to set up your family afterwards, who is going to feed your family? You have to do that, right? No sadhu is going to work and give money to you. But the point is this the goal of life, that I just earn money, have a good house, good car, just eat good lunch every day, good breakfast every day, good dinner every day? That's what this life is meant for? No. The life is meant for serving Krishna. That is the goal of human life. You know this. So therefore, when we are here, as much as we should try to immerse ourselves in the practice of Krishna consciousness, because I can see some of you are staying here, right? You see, after some time you leave this place. This is Vaikuntha. This is Vaikuntha. You can see so much of good vibration in this place, because so many devotees are staying here, they are chanting, program is happening, deity worship is going on. This is Vaikuntha. And when you are here, if you take up this practice of Krishna consciousness with all seriousness, it will create an impression in you. if it creates a lasting impression on you, where you come to a point, whatever the life situation may be, I am not going to give up my Krishna conscious practice. Because there are always, graphs is going like this in life. Nobody's life goes like this, or nobody's life is going like this only. Or sometimes maybe, if you have what is that, if your zodiac is in a favorable condition, maybe for a few months it will go like this. But after that, it has to again decline. Graph is not going like this or like this. Graph is going like this. Because why it is going like this? What is this? What is this? This is wave, right? Waves. So your life graph is like this, means you don't forget you are in the ocean of material existence. So this is how the life graph goes like this. To tell us, look, you are already in the ocean. But to face the waves of this material ocean, we have Krishna consciousness. So those who are not embracing Krishna consciousness, they are facing this hard struggle of this material ocean. Now you can ask question, Prabhu, is it so? We have seen sometime there are some problem in the devotee life also happening, right? See, there are many explanations to that. I cannot go in detail, but one thing you should know, that if somebody embraces Krishna consciousness, whatever struggle he had to go through, it will be much. Bhagavad Gita, Konteo pratijani hi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna is just throwing his words in air. No, Krishna is not like that man. He is a responsible person, he is God, and he knows what he is talking. And we have seen, why did I say, on the basis of what? I said that the hurdles will be reduced. Prabhupada, one time, he cut his finger a little bit. Blood came out from his finger. And the devotees became very much concerned about Prabhupada, what happened now, what to do. And Prabhupada was very calm and quiet. He said, don't worry. He said, okay, well, all right. Then Prabhupada said, I was supposed to be beheaded, but Krishna has rescued me just by allowing little blood to come out from my finger. That means Prabhupada is telling us, if you embrace Krishna consciousness, that hurdle which is supposed to be like a Mount Himalaya, it can become just like a small hill, you can just easily jump over it. On the road, sometimes you find little hump is there, you can just easily go beyond that hump just by jumping over it. So that Himalaya, the problem like Himalaya can become like a small hump on the road, you can easily cross beyond it just by jumping. So that is how we should take up this Krishna consciousness very seriously and practice in a way that after we leave this place, we will be able to continue on our own in our life. If you are staying as a brahmachari, some of you may be joining here, that's good. We want. You'll be very happy. Or some of you are going to get, enter into Grihastha ashram, still you can be very happy, peaceful, and do your service nicely. So this is what I think we should learn. And so now, what is the time, Prabha? 8:25. So what time? 8:30 you close the session, right? Okay, so then I will not speak much. Maybe you have any question or comment, anything you want to add, ask, subtract? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the class. I have a confusion about a part. So we say that Krishna and his name are not different. Krishna's name has all the potency that he has. But here we're seeing that if Krishna is leaving our earth, then all of these symptoms of Kali Yuga start to show up. But Krishna's name is already being chanted, but still we see a lot of. So how are then Krishna and his name?
Very good and practical question. Now you will see, Prabhu, now I will tell you, I will give you one example to make it more, understandable. We have experience of working in the company. You go to a successful company, they will have their rule, right? The employee has to come on this time, then those who have different responsibilities, how they do, everything is organized under certain rules. And you see in the same company, certain people, their position is very stable. Sometimes they are getting promotion, their salary also increasing, and you find some other people, they are being terminated. Right? Why does it happen?
They choose to behave. How different people choose to behave.
Yes, how different people choose to behave. That's the point. It's not that there is something wrong with company law. No, company law is there. Anyone who is following that, because they are within that company, they are within that environment, so that environment is running under certain law. Anyone who fits into the law, they will have a happy life. Anyone who transgresses the law, they will face the hurdles. And they sometimes create hurdle for others also, because they are in that place. You can understand from this company perspective. Now let us go for this, what you are asking. See, this is the creation, Krishna's creation, right? Material world. And material world runs under certain law. There is a law actually, law of material nature, we say, right? Many things can be said under this law, okay? One thing is, if you are meat eater, then you must be punished. If you are killing cow, definitely you will be suffering so much. And not only you, because you are killing cow, the mother cow's blood is dripping in the earth, even this entire earth will be a very horrible place for all of the people to reside. These are the law, okay? So what is happening here? Some people are there who are chanting Krishna's name. They are very happy. They don't feel the difference. They don't feel any kind of tragic condition that material world is contributing to the lives of those who are not following the law of God. So they are very safe and secure. Yes, Krishna's name is not different from Krishna. People, even today, they have faith on holy name, they are chanting, they are always protected. But the point is, the number of miscreants are more than number of sadhus. Therefore, everywhere we see the dangers, the problems, difficulties, because they are more in number. But it doesn't mean that Krishna's holy name has stopped working. If it was like that, you tell me, you go to Vrindavan Prabhu today, you will find so many hundreds and thousands of saints. They are chanting this holy name. And they are preaching about the glories of the holy name. Rupa Goswami preached, Jiva Goswami preached, Bhaktivinoda Thakur preached, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur preached, Prabhupada preached. They are all wrong? They cannot be wrong. Whole tradition, how can one tradition, entire tradition could be wrong? No. It is working with people, those who have taken shelter of Krishna's holy name. It's working for them. And because we are in this environment, that's why we are also being party to the suffering which is created by some unwanted entities. So, this is the mechanism, you can say. Because the world is running under certain law. According to the law of this material nature, the happiness and distress are are being faced by people. But again, those who are real sadhu, they are not affected by the happiness and distress of this world. They know one day I have to leave this body, so what? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. Why this verse is there? This is the shelter actually. Actually what happens when we don't chant Krishna's name, or we don't undertake Krishna conscious practice with all seriousness, then our mind starts playing game with us. Oh, this is like this, it doesn't work. So many people are having trouble, why you do this? That is mind's game. We should not get trapped by our mind. If we faithfully chant Krishna's name, Krishna actually protects for his holy name. He is protecting. Any other comment, question? Anything you can ask, if you so desire. Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have a question related to Yudhishthira Maharaj in this text. So, we saw that Yudhishthira Maharaj got a lot of association from Krishna personally.
Yes.
But still he is worried about what's happening in the future. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
He is worried about Dhritarashtra. He is worried about Arjuna being in Dwarka.
Yeah.
He is worried about what's happening with Krishna. We see in this whole chapter that he is just worried. But still after getting Krishna's personal association, he is worried about future.
So what is your question?
So, like, still after understanding from Bhishma Dev and then listening Bhagavad Gita, he is worried about future. How can that be possible? It's a little bit contradictory for me. That's why.
Yeah, therefore I should not be following this, I don't know what will happen to me. Even if I give so much of faith and energy, depend on Krishna, I don't know what will happen to me, Right? Okay, listen. Krishnena adbhuta karmana. Krishna is a adbhuta karma. Means it is very difficult to understand Krishna. He is such an interesting personality. That's why many people are confused about him. This is not the confusion of Maharaj Yudhishthira. Because we are confused about Krishna, that is why that confusion is led to Maharaj Yudhishthira's confused state of life. You see, now I will ask you one thing. You have read this in the previous chapters. When Yudhishthira Maharaj, he won the battle, then that is normal, right? He is supposed to become the king. And what did Yudhishthira Maharaj said? He severely lamented and he went on blaming himself. He said, no, I was such a rude person. Actually, Duryodhana was running the kingdom very nicely because I wanted to become the king. That's why I fought this battle, and I am the cause of the mass loss of the lives in this Kurukshetra battle. Even if I go to suffer in the hell for millions of lifetimes, still I will not become free from these sinful reactions. He is blaming himself. And then all the rishis, they came, they said, Maharaj, it is none of your fault. King has to fight the battle, something, for the protection of the citizens. They were citing so many, histories from Purana to console Maharaj Yudhishthira. Maharaj Yudhishthira could not be consoled. On top of that, Krishna also came. Krishna also started consoling Maharaj Yudhishthira. Still, Yudhishthira could not be consoled. Now my question to you is, Krishna, he is outside, he is also in the heart of the Yudhishthira Maharaj. Krishna from outside, he is telling Maharaj Yudhishthir to believe on what he wants, that now you become the ruler, you become the king, this is your duty. And he's saying, you don't know Krishna. Because Maharaj Yudhishthir is like, he is elder. So for him Krishna is not very important. And he is talking to Krishna like that. And Krishna being God, he is consoling Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir could not be consoled. What is the message? The message is Krishna's activities are beyond normal human conception. What Krishna wants to do, hardly any common person can understand. In this situation, why Yudhishthir is confused? I don't want to go to other side, just that touching your point. There is a saying in Bengal, Prabhupada also used to quote in his lecture, "Jhi ke mere bau ke sikhai." Sometimes mother-in-law, by the way, teaching her daughter-in-law by chastising her own daughter. Why? Daughter can tolerate the chastisement of the mother, but not daughter-in-law. If daughter-in-law does something wrong, the way to rectify the daughter-in-law is, you must chastise your own daughter in front of the daughter-in-law. Then she will understand, oh, this chastisement is for me, not for actually, her. Krishna wants to teach us the entire story that if you lead a life minus Krishna, what would be the consequences? So, apparently speaking, Yudhishthira Maharaj is confused because Krishna is now living no more there. He had so much of association. But if Krishna is leaving us, this will be the result. That this world will be a horrible, a very terrible place, horrific place for us to reside. That's what we'll see. Afterwards you will see, immediately when Yudhishthira Maharaj learned that Krishna is no more, immediately he gave his kingdom to Parikshit Maharaj and gave up his responsibility as a king, and he started his journey to go back home, back to Godhead. And he went back to Godhead. And they are not actually ordinary people. They are actually Krishna's Parsadas. As we know, when Lord descends to this world, he comes with his eternal associates to have a play, pastime, and for us to learn from these pastimes. From this incident, Krishna is using Yudhishthira Maharaj to stay in a confused state of consciousness so that whole world can learn, if you stay away from Krishna consciousness, you're going to suffer. So better embrace Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yudhishthira Maharaj was not confused. He was made to be confused because not only with Yudhishthira Maharaj, Duryodhana, one time he was confused. He's talking. He said, Janami dharmam nachame pravrittim. Janami dharmam nachame nivrittim. Who is saying? Duryodhana is saying. He's a very good man, right? Very good character. Duryodhana? No. He is saying, Janami dharma. I know what is religion, what is religious principle. Then, okay, if you know, then why don't you follow? Nachame pravritti. But still, I don't get inspired to undertake those kind of religious practices. Janami adharmam. I know what is adharma, what is, papa. Nachame nivritti. Still I am not able to give up on those. Why? He is saying, there is somebody sitting inside me, He is not allowing me. Very interesting. In Mahabharata it is explained. So that means actually Krishna, this is how we understand how Krishna is great, If you take shelter of Krishna, you give your life to Krishna, then Krishna will take care of you. Otherwise, you will always remain confused if you don't take shelter of Krishna. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki